happy Monday. I hope you all had a good day. Mondays are always better after Everton wins, aren't they? And yesterday I was fortunate enough to see two of them. Well, the second one I only was able to watch on telly, but I was privileged enough to be at Walton Hall Park for the first of the double header versus Spurs yesterday, where our women got the 1-0 win over Spurs as well. It was a very similar goal to what we were to see later on at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Izzy Christiansen with a headed goal early in the second half to get all 3 points for Everton Women. That was back-to-back wins for them in the opening two of the Barclays FA WSL. No goals conceded, 5 goals scored. We're sat in second at the moment, which is brilliant. We're the only team to win two without conceding a goal as well, so that was absolutely fantastic. Got home to watch the boys at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, eagerly anticipating that one, as we all were, after what has gone on over the last week or 10 days or however long it's been, where we had seen the signings of James Rodriguez, Allan and Doucoure. All 3 of them got the nod to start yesterday, and all 3 were sublime. Pretty much flawless, to be honest, from start to finish. The one that's going to probably get a lot of the attention for obvious reasons, because he's an absolute global superstar, is James Rodriguez, and he was exquisite yesterday. Bearing in mind this is a player who has hardly played any competitive football for a very long time, has not been a favourite at Real Madrid, hadn't been given the game time like he would have been used to. Then on top of that comes COVID, there's no football for a long time. He's only just signed with Everton, so he's not had the most amount of training with his new team and his new teammates. So to put in a performance like that is just fantastic. And some people will say, he's 29, his best years are behind him, etc, etc, etc. That's not what I saw yesterday. That's not what any of us saw yesterday. That is a player who just oozes star quality, class, finesse, everything that you want, and I cannot wait to see more of him as the season progresses. I will never get tired of seeing him in that royal blue. It's brilliant. Carlo Ancelotti in the dugout, James Rodriguez out there in the royal blue, just brilliant. Allan as well, absolutely fantastic. He's exactly what we've missed really since Idrissa Gana Gueye. We all know how important Ghana was for Everton and how much we've missed him, like, since he joined PSG. That's been a gaping hole there where Ghana should be, and it looks like Allan is the man to fill that role and then some, to be honest with you. I think he could go on to be an even better player for Everton, and that's with, I know it's one game, and that's also with the utmost of respect for Ghana as well, because I love him and he's a fantastic player and was nothing but good for Everton. But I just love the man already. I absolutely love him. He is on everything. He is just at the toes of the opposition constantly, breaking everything down. Michael Keane said he's a defender's dream, and it's true, because you just know that your job is automatically so much easier when he's on the pitch, because he's doing so much of the work for you and protecting that back line. And yeah, he was fantastic yesterday. Again, the way in which he bedded in, and he's being vocal, he's dictating to the team where they should be, what needs to be done, and I love to see that again. Those two, James and Allan, are Ancelotti players. They've both played under him before, and they've both come in. They've obviously got that pre-made relationship with the manager, and that shows. Doucoure, just class again from start to finish. A real quality performance from him. We know already that he's got Premier League experience, but he seems to have just come into that midfield and added pace, added energy, added that drive, and just class as well, as I said. And what this is doing is bringing out the best in the rest of our players as well. I thought Andre Gomez had a really good game yesterday for Everton. I thought Luca Dean was fantastic, and of course it was his whipped ball in from the left-hand side from a free kick that Dominic Calvert-Lewin got his head to, and what a fantastic header it was as well, like reminiscent of a Duncan Ferguson goal for Everton. And that's what you want from your number 9. And like I said, the fact that now he got 13 league goals last season, and he was pretty well feeding on scraps a lot of the time, let's be honest. I know him and Richarlison both got 13 league goals, I think, in the end, and a lot of that was largely down to their own work ethic and creating these opportunities for themselves. But what we're going to see now is obviously players that are going to come in and make our strikers' jobs a lot easier. After that restart last season, after the COVID break and the restart, he obviously kind of didn't quite hit the heights that he had done previously, and we'd spoken about that, and he would have been frustrated, no doubt about that. But he started to pick up again in pre-season. With all due respect, obviously it was against teams with a bit less quality from lower divisions, but you know, still challenges, and he was able to net a few times. So that obviously will have done him good in way of confidence. And that yesterday, scoring on the opening day of the season, it was his goal that got the 3 points to bring back to Merseyside, and Calvert-Lewin will be elated with that, there's no doubt. Just seeing that team as well, and the likes of Anthony Gordon, there's likes of Moise Keane, you've got Mason Holgate, I know he's injured at the moment, Calvert-Lewin, there's so many young players in there, and how amazing that must be for them to be playing in the same team as James Rodriguez and have Ancelotti as manager. I think it's just such an exciting time to be an Evertonian. There was just almost too many positives yesterday to take. It's great. And yeah, I know people will say that, you know, you don't want to get too carried away, you don't want to get too excited. It has been one game. But if you can't enjoy your football and you can't get excited when your football team is doing exciting things, then there's not really much point. You've got to enjoy these moments while they're happening, and just take each game as it comes, like Ancelotti will do with the team. But I'm just absolutely delighted to see us playing like that with such confidence, to go away to one of the big six, top six, whatever, and win, because we haven't done that in, I can't remember the stat, to be honest with you, to quote it, but it was a stupid amount of games. We all know that anyway, because we've all been following Everton for our lives. So we know how long it's been since we've beat one of the big six away from home. I couldn't remember when the last time was. So that shows you we know it's been a bloody long time. So to get that off our backs as well is absolutely massive. And yeah, just listening to other people talking about us, I think people are starting to take us a bit more seriously. You know, when you think not so long ago, people were saying that we were dreaming if we thought that we could get a manager like Ancelotti. Why on earth would players like that want to come to Everton? And it's because, quite simply, they're buying into this project. They're buying into what is going on at Everton. We've got it wrong. We've got it wrong over the last 4, 5, 6 years. It hasn't gone how we'd have wanted it to, and we've got it wrong, and the club know that. And you know, I've got to credit them that they've gone, do you know what, let's go all out to get the very best, and let's put our money where our mouth is. If we want to make a go of this, we've got to go start at the top with a manager, and that's what they've done, and they're backing him. They've obviously give the manager their backing to bring in these players, and you know, we've got the stadium on the horizon and all things like that. It's a massive time for the club, and yeah, it just feels different this time. And I know people will go, you've said this before, and they'll bring up, you've said this, and blah, 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 blah. It just feels different this time, and of course it could all go wrong, and it could all not work out how we want it to again. But for right now, I don't care. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying feeling really excited about watching my football club again. And yeah, I'm going to continue to enjoy it until I have reason not to. So yeah, buzzing with that yesterday. And as I said as well, I was there at Walton Hall Park earlier in the day to watch our girls claim their second victory of the season, 2 in 2 games, no goals conceded, as I mentioned before, which is massive. And it was just a sound performance. Obviously, the week before, the goals were flowing. We won 4-0, and we were a lot more comfortable in the game. But credit to Spurs yesterday. They're a very physical side, and they were very tough to break down. They defended resiliently, and they created a few opportunities of their own as well. Again, like Pickford did in the game later on. The goalkeeper for the women, Sandy McKeever, made a few really big saves in the game. So, you know, both teams worked hard for each other yesterday, and it really paid off. As I said, I was going on about it being a Spurs double-header. Couldn't have gone any better. It really, could it, you know, 2 wins, no goals conceded, 6 points. Yeah, just absolutely delighted. I could just go on forever. There's so many positives spinning through my head at the moment that I want to talk about, but yeah, we'll probably go on to talk about some more of them. I will be dropping a video in the next couple of days because, of course, we have got Salford City at Goodison Park in the Carabao Cup as well this week, ahead of even the Premier League game, which is this weekend, this Saturday, against West Bromwich Albion, where our Everton men as well look to make it 2 wins out of 2. So yeah, I should have a video drop in tomorrow or the next day with my thoughts in the build-up to that game, and post-match as well. Hopefully Everton will get through that game comfortably. Hopefully we'll see some more of our new boys, but it might be an opportunity for Ancelotti to put a few new players in there. Mix things up a bit ahead of the weekend as well, and try and save some of the guys for the West Brom game in the Premier League. So we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, there'll be more content coming your way. I'm also going to be uploading the interviews that I did with Hayley Rasso, Izzy Christiansen, and Everton Women manager Willie Kirk yesterday after the victory. So I'll be uploading those shortly or tomorrow. But stay tuned for that. But yeah, for now, just enjoy yourselves. I'm enjoying myself. We were fantastic yesterday. We looked the business. Let's hope it's going to be a season for us to remember, and that things are really starting to change here at Everton. And the sleeping giant is, fingers crossed, finally starting to wake up. It feels like it is. I'm going to enjoy it. Take care. Up the toffees.